Fortress Accident is the company on whose name the terminal you are currently using has been registered to. One moment. Fortress Accident SCA produces revolutionary interactive call-in radio games. That's what the catalog says.
Interactive call-in radio games. Huh. A call-in radio game, that's something that really doesn't exist here.
That's not bad.
Ah, cool.
Any other questions?
What's that? This... God damn it.
Thank you. And
Tiles on the cube are still smoldering, casting the framework in a soft glow. The filament slides out of it.
Just gonna keep it.
This old fireplace is covered in lines drawn in blue and red marker. The mesh spreading over the stone like blood vessels on
You've
alabaster
encountered
skin.
an error.
It looks ghostly
Will you send
and
us a
strangely
bug report
ancient.
so you can find a way to fix this? Confirm. What was the error?
The whole thing resembles Cadran mosaic tiles. Very pesantic.
Hold on. How do I know what Cadran mosaic tiles are supposed to look like?
History classes, students with their textbooks open, studying the roots of our civilization.
Okay.
Radio frequencies, it seems. UKV 123.6, UKV 123.7, UKV 123.9. Some written notes, too. Sparse and cryptic, unclear. It looks like a cardiovascular system split into veins and capillaries. Very advanced. You think so? The web is comprised of radio stations, all lead back to one red heart, titled The Game Master Frequency. A note says, this one can listen in on any station it wants. Looks like a surveillance program. Someone very important.
The Game Master.
The leader of a massive on-air game built by these people.
Oh.
A conductor for the hundreds of story threads that pass through the Game Master's frequency.
Who's playing?
Whoever decides to call in to a call-in station, it looks like. All of this is gone, left unrealized.
Oh, okay. So somebody was RPing in this commercial building.
There's no way a little basement studio working here could pull anything like this off.
My God. It's as if the less money they had, the more ambitious their project became. The schedule. I know doom when I see it. The company was running out of funding.
Nothing. It's just lines on marble. An echo from times long gone. No one has used the fireplace in ages.
Kim is a bit too enthusiastic about all of this.
Okay. What do you think is going on with that computer, chalkboard, and fireplace?
But what fireplace?
Yes, that is the question. It looks like one of those popular pen and paper role-playing games. Only these people were trying to automate it, make it work on radio computers.
Radio computers. And this was a role-playing game?
Not to my knowledge. They make automated games in Graz, Messina, Königstein. You know, places with industry.
Not in Revachol West, among the ruins.
Aww.
But I don't think anyone has attempted to create an inter-isolary game before. We just don't have the technology.
Oh, like an online game? You don't have the technology for an online game? Ah, that's too bad, right? Maybe you should order dial-up.
Through call-in stations, none of the players have to be physically present. Anyone in the world can participate in the game, as long as they have a two-way radio. Then there's the Game Master frequency that listens in on the smaller calling stations. I think that was supposed to coordinate the stories, functioning as a master of ceremonies of sorts.
I see. The Game Master? The Dungeon Master?
His fascination has swept aside other concerns for the moment. He's a little hooked.
Yeah.
Indeed, those Welkins are a dead giveaway. Role-playing people love that stuff. The world looks like a modified version of the WeWorld board game, with hit death thrown in.
Okay.
Super cool. Someone should give them millions of real immediately. This game is too good to be left unfinished.
No idea. They stopped filling out the schedule on the chalkboard. Indeed, it's ambitious and untethered from reality, but...
Let's finish it. Yeah, let's finish a game with the two of us.
Yes, especially in here. Okay, let's keep moving.
They were probably insane, yeah. Developers of the most advanced RPG in the universe. Not anymore. Items. Alright. Oh. It's a glowing polar bear. Oh, it's a fridge. That's funny. Ooh, more money? Yay! And magnesium. Was that a hatch? It's a
A
furnace.
thick layer of coal dust covers the furnace, coloring
Aha.
it pitch black. Looks like this furnace has a face, and it's a face of agony. It's dark and grimy here. In the darkness you can hear chatter. It's coming from above. A voice, or several voices, talking to each other. Near the smoke chamber, upstairs.
What are you doing? Wait, really? Should investigate, see if someone's upstairs.
Physical instrument.
Something breaks loose in you. A mighty bellow echoes throughout the chimney's depths. The chatter of tiny voices above suddenly cease. Then,
Hello?
Nice.
you've awakened the entity.
This is the police.
Hello? Did you say anything? I can't hear you. Please come upstairs. There's a safety curtain on the second floor. I'll open it.
You hear a low rumble upstairs. The sound of a curtain being pulled aside.
Nice.
After you, officer.
The wall collapse. It's inaccessible now. That's too bad. The second floor. A hidden doorway. Ooh. An ice maker. Okay, but this is the thing I need.
You see a terrifying ice bear with a strange compartment in its belly. The door is covered in frost, and the bear's eyes are glowing red. This ice bear is a hyper carnivore. Be careful. The bear looks oddly realistic. Is it taxidermy? A gust of freezing cold air rushes to greet you. You hear a low grumble as the bear regulates itself. This is the inside of a refrigerator. The lieutenant takes a peek inside. His hand has found the holster of his gun.
Of course, a giant ice bear-shaped fridge. Just what we were looking for. Let's see what's inside.
The shelves are empty. All you see are crumpled ice cream wrappers with the brand name, Revachol Ice City. A handwritten note has been attached to the door. The fridge is huge.
Okay, what's on the note? Take the note.
You pocket the note and the little fridge magnets keeping it on the door.
Ah, sure.
A friendly cartoon bear smiles back at you from a glossy cellophane wrapper. It looks nothing like the fridge.
Sounds like Lucas is hungry again and needs to be fed. This is clearly the fridge.
It's certainly an eccentric choice, but it is capacious and cold enough, too.
Your visual confirms you could fit 2 more bodies in the ice bear fridge.
Shall we go and get the body, then? I'll take the head, you take the feet. The stairs won't be easy, but we'll manage.
The 2 of you, easily.
Okay, let's do this.
The body is heavier than you expected and stinkier. It takes half an hour to get down to the bed, then more to stuff it into the fridge. The lieutenant takes a step back to admire your handiwork.
Beautiful. A dead body in an ice bear fridge. This is some of the best police work I've ever done.
You've definitely earned a drink after this. Perhaps even some pagan rites.
No, not really. Look at that. What have we done? We stuffed a dead body in an ice bear fridge. This story does not leave this room. As impressive as the fridge is, this is a small victory among numerous defeats.
True.
At least we've stopped the body from decomposing further. Now you can conduct another inspection under controlled circumstances.
Inside the icy realm of the ice bear fridge, the corpse stands slumped, waiting.
Okay, bag him, taking away. Nah, we'll wait. Okay, close the door. I'm gonna have to steal. Steal the boot still. Okay, another ice maker. Ooh.
2 cables are plugged into the breaker box. The red one leads to the ice bear fridge, and the black one to the ice cream maker nearby.
Okay, I'm just gonna leave it. Insane mesh tank top, nice. Right, the secret doorway is right there. Come on.
A few bricks have fallen off, revealing a compartment behind the wall. It's too dark to see in.
There is, yes. And there also appears to be something inside the hole. Interesting. Do you want to take a look?
Okay.
Your hand reaches deep into darkness and spiderwebs. Rummaging around, you find rusty rifles hidden away.
Rifle
Are
skin.
these any good?
Most of them are rusty and inoperable, like the rest, but one catches your eye. A bolt-action model with a fine wood stock, in better cosmetic order than the others.
That's a rare sight. Seems to no longer be functional, but still a beautiful thing in its own way.
Oh.
Seems like an old bunker from the revolutionary period.
Ah.
Look at all those rifles. Must be an old weapons cache. It means there are firearms, albeit inoperable, still lying around in Martinez. It's an interesting coincidence, I would say. Might come in useful in the future.
He likes this find.
Of course. Okay, that's it, I suppose. Let's continue our adventure. So we can go down here. Ooh, there's money. Nice. A cellar window, people's feet shuffling on the street. Ah, okay. So it ends here. And we can go up. Ah, cool. The door is open.
An old callboy, East Delta Commerce Center. This
See the
must be
slipstream
name of
one.
the doomed commercial area.
Ha. Rochelize. Okay, so I was supposed to go to the second floor. Ah, the
The
handwritten
note
note.
is written with a blue pencil on a piece of lined office paper. The kitchen magnets have left spots on its surface.
Does it say anything interesting?
This is tangential at best, but the lieutenant's detective instinct is still active. Someone has scribbled, S. I can't believe the off-site copy is still here. The illiterate ginger kid keeps stealing stuff from the studio, so I had to hide it somewhere safe.
Huh.
You'll find the filament memory with the off-site copy in the frozen ice cream maker. Please take it home, ASAP. It's important. I'd do it myself if I lived in a civilized place with a freezer. Take care, Sully Swaff.
The illiterate ginger kid is probably Kuno.
I don't know. I assume it's somewhere close to the ice bear fridge.
Didn't you see one right next to the breaker box?
Yeah, true. Okay, let's go back. It's that one.
This orange machine is buzzing like an old submarine. It has a hand. You slip your fingers under the frozen lid, but the ice is too cold for you to get a good grip. If you want to try again, then you need to have the pry bar in your hand, detective.
Equip the pry bar by going to the Tools tab in...
Yes, I know. Okay, tools, pry bar. Finally, the first.
This orange machine is buzzing like an old submarine. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner on
What?
top and an electric
Pry bar
freezer
not strong
that
enough?
appears to be frozen shut. Turning the crank feels oddly satisfying, like stirring your childhood dreams. In the distance, you hear water dripping. It's all gone now. You'll never become a poet or an entrepreneur. What better to assuage the creeping sense of failure than some frozen fat and sugar? The ice squeaks beneath the pry bar. You think you've got the bar jammed in there pretty well, but the lid simply won't budge. You see the pry bar's metal handle bending right before your very eyes.
Yeah, well, that's a good pry bar. I'm not criticizing it, but this ice cream maker is frozen shut. It takes an advanced tool to get it open. I have no idea, officer. This ice cream maker isn't important enough to requisition a special tool.
Sooner or later, you will stumble upon a tool mighty enough.
I suppose. Okay. I still need to go back to the curtain thing. Oh, where was it again? The second floor? On what floor are we now? Oh, right, I could go upstairs there. Right. Jeez. So much stuff. Oh.
Looks like someone tried to reconceptualize their business here. Look, the skis and rotor blades both bear the same Slipstream logo. It seems likely that they started out making one, failed to turn a profit, and then pivoted to producing the other.
Huh. But the question is, which did they start with and which did they pivot to?
That's a good question. Reality is ruthless.
Reality is ruthless indeed. Okay. Let's go up. There's more. Ooh. Shoes in a puddle of snow. What's this? A postcard. Ooh, dice tray. Candy dispenser. Oh, for dice. That's funny. Hello?
Hello, I'm Nia.
Novelty dice maker.
Did you try knocking on my window? I must have missed you. I've been listening to my Melius.
What's a Melius?
So what kind of die are you looking for?
Could this be the malicious entity? Perhaps it's wise to go along with this masquerade for now. She's got a direct view to the backyard. You should interrogate her about the lynching.
Yes, Amelia is like a call-in station. You need a two-way radio to access one. That's why I have these. Mostly, they just teach you to swear in different languages. But some of the stations can be quite interesting. I was so absorbed, I must have missed you knocking. Then how did you get inside? By the south entrance? You know what? It doesn't even matter. What matters is that you're finally here. Let's talk dice. Did you have something specific in mind?
Wait, she's not the one I was hearing down in the basement?
I'm a novelty dice maker. Tell me the name of your role-playing system and I'll make the die you need. That's why you're here, yes?
As she speaks, her bone-like fingers fiddle with a ring. Her bones light, but her hands strong. Role-playing games? You know the one made by Fortress Accident. Does that count?
Of course, I can see that. I just thought you were a police officer looking for dice. How else can I help you then?
No falsehoods are present. She's a novelty dice maker and doesn't have anything to hide. Ask what you need.
Nothing really. I didn't know him.
Okay.
Who cares about the dead body? We might be dealing with a malignant entity here.
In an empire, I'm sure everything is alright.
The lieutenant looks at his notebook, then the woman under the large window.
Your window looks directly onto the courtyard. You're saying you didn't see or hear anything unusual last Sunday evening?
Maybe she wasn't working.
I'm sorry, detective, but as you know, I
It's a
usually
Sunday
have my
after all.
headphones on when I'm working. It shuts out most of the daily ruckus behind my window.
The Daily Ruckus?
Well, there's always something going on in the Whirling's backyard. During daytime, there are usually those kids. And lately, I've been seeing a lot of drunk workers hanging about. Must be because of the strike.
She's heard of the murder, but did not see it, sire.
But I never saw anyone during that fateful Sunday night, I'm afraid.
You know? The pose and the colors in this portrait lets me, or reminds me of the painting of, what's it called? The girl, the pearl earring or something. Though this one doesn't have an earring.
It's an odd profession, making dice for people. But I like it, and I prefer doing this to sitting at home.
I mean, isn't there like a factory who just automates creating dice?
I might have, but in this case, all I would have seen is my own reflection staring back from the darkness.
Ah, yeah.
It's light here, but dark in the yard at night.
It's really hard to make anything out in the yard when it's dark outside. Besides, I rarely get up to look out the window when I'm in the zone.
In the zone.
She nods.
Anything else, officer? We're inside the chimney of an old central furnace. It's strange, I know.
Oh, so she is the woman I heard, but she's just confused?
But when I arrived here, all the other rooms were taken, so I had to build myself a makeshift home. Besides, I don't really have to pay any rent here, so that's a plus.
Oops.
Plaisance was right. There's an entity living in the chimney. You should ask her about the curse.
Creative.
I've heard the stories, but I don't think those stories are true. Plaisance, the bookshop lady? I've heard that her business is doing rather well. Have the energies spared her somehow? Alright, but it's not just the bookstore that's still up and running. What about the whirling in racks? Some people say it's part of the building complex. You could say so. Both houses were built at the same time and under the east of the Commerce Central project. And then there is me.
Huh.
I've been here for 14 years, selling novelty dice to role-playing enthusiasts. Not exactly a million-real business idea, yet somehow I've survived despite the talk of malicious energies. Strange, isn't it?
Strange, isn't it?
It's because she's in cahoots with the demon.
Yeah, she's a dreadlord.
Maybe it's just because she's so talented that she's been able to woo the curse.
Okay, I'm just gonna have to check up on the kid. Be right back. Okay, I'm gonna cut the stream short here. Unfortunately, I'm again in the middle of a conversation, so I cannot save here, which is quite annoying. But yeah, for the next 2 weeks I won't be able to stream because I'm not at home. I'm out and about. So yeah, I'll catch you all next time. Okay. Bye bye.